Thank you to our follower for posting this tip request question asking if their application is in jeopardy if they cannot receive inpatient observation hours. Now, this can be an area of angst for a lot of different applicants. And the most important thing to remember is you have to go and look at what the program requires. So it used to be back in the day that more programs would require you to have a certain number of inpatient hours or a certain number of outpatient hours, different things like that if you wanted to be able to apply. This information is now readily available on the PTCAS program directory. So you should be able to search it. And if after reviewing the program's website as well as their PTCAS profile, if there's nothing in there about needing inpatient observation hours, I wouldn't stress out too much about it. Now, does it look good on your application regardless of whether the program asked you to do it or not? Yeah, it does look good. Having inpatient hours shows that you have a greater understanding of the depth and breadth of the physical therapy profession. So it is going to be an asset. But if you have done your due diligence and you've done all that you can to be able to get inpatient observation hours and it just hasn't materialized, there's no need to stress out. The main thing to focus on is that you are doing what's necessary to learn about the profession. And if you've put in the work, you've put in the effort, you've sent out requests, you've done applications to get into hospital settings, and it just hasn't materialized or they're not accepting students at this time, there's only so much that you can control. So no, I wouldn't say your application's in jeopardy, but it is always a good idea to take a look at the program's requirements and see if there's anything that talks about inpatient observation hours. Because of the effects of COVID-19, many schools have dropped that requirement if they had it previously because of now the greater or more strict requirements to get into a hospital setting to be able to perform shadowing. Another thing to remember is it is also a good idea if you can't get into a hospital setting to go check out a skilled nursing facility, which oftentimes may have lighter requirements for you to be able to get in and to start shadowing compared to getting into an inpatient center at a hospital. So hope this has been helpful for you. Please don't stress out if you've tried to get inpatient hours and it hasn't worked. Obviously make a valiant effort because not just because it's good for your application, because it's good for you. When you're in PT school, you're going to have to do an inpatient rotation. So it is a good idea to go ahead and get some understanding and some insight as to what that is going to look like before you get into PT school. But if you can't get there, it's not the end of the world. Don't stress out. It's not going to jeopardize your application to the point where it's not worth applying if you can't get inpatient hours. So hope this has been helpful for you. Calm your nerves a little bit. If you have additional tip request questions like this one, don't forget to submit them to us via our story on Tip Request Tuesday. Thanks so much. Take care. Have an awesome start to your week.